What is up guys, it's Cal, and in this video we're going to talk about everything new that will be coming in patch 8.1.5. This patch is coming out on March 12th and has quite a bit of new content, probably more than you'd expect from a 0.5 patch, but there's no new zones being added, which is why this is a 0.5 patch versus a bigger patch. So anyways, let's get started. The biggest thing is that there will be two new allied races coming in this patch, Culturon Humans and Zandalari Trolls, who were advertised when the expansion was announced, but they are finally making their way into the game and will be available on the first day. Now I've already went through all the racials, dances, and whatnot in separate videos, so check those out if you're curious, but the unlock criteria for both of them is being exalted with the Proudmoore Admiralty for Culturon Humans and Zandalari Empire for Zandalari Trolls, finish the Tides of Vengeance War Campaign achievement, which is completing the war campaign introduced in 8.0 and 8.1, and then finish the major lore storyline for both factions. All of this has been available to you, so there's a good chance that you will already have them unlocked. Then you also need to have at least a 110 character on a realm to make a Zandalari Troll or Culturon Human on that realm. Then the new raid, Crucible of Storms. Now this raid actually isn't coming out until April 16th. I've made videos on the two bosses in there, so feel free to check those out. Then there's the war campaign, of course, continuing with some very significant escalations going on in one of the factions, but I won't spoil that in this video. But there will be two new mounts from completing the war campaign section coming in 8.1.5. A wolf and a horse, like usual, except for the fact that the horse is actually going to be the Horde mount this time, and the wolf is going to be the Alliance, so it's funny how things work out. And then there's a few new questlines, a questline revolving around the Before the Storm book that follows a gnome and a goblin, and there may be a mechanical parrot mount tied into this questline, then another centered around Magni and Mother. Brand Bronzebeard is in this questline as well, as a help to heal Azeroth. Then a questline that I personally am excited about, Hati's Sacrifice. So remember when hunters, Beastmaster hunters to be more specific, had that extra pet with them during Legion? It was granted to them by their Titan Strike artifact weapon. Hati was its name. Well, hunters will be able to get him again in 8.1.5. There's a questline revolving around being able to get him as a pet again. Now this questline can be done, or started at least, by any hunter spec, but Hati is a spirit beast, so you will need to switch to beast mastery to be able to tame him. And there are 6 variations to his model that you get to choose from, and swap out at any time. Now another interesting thing about Hati is that you cannot change his name, not even with a certificate of ownership, making Hati the first tameable pet with a static name. So that's really fun. Now let's take a look at the changes to the Darkmoon Faire. So there will be a new roller coaster being added at the Darkmoon Faire that costs just 1 ride ticket to ride. It's the same currency as the carousel, and riding the roller coaster gives you the same Wii buff that the carousel gives you. It's 10% XP and 10% rep gains for 1 hour, which is a bit disappointing really. I wish it was something else small, like 10% movement speed for 1 hour, you know, not anything DPS oriented, but giving the same buff that the carousel gives is pretty boring. Then there are 3 new pets to purchase, each are 90 tickets, the Horse Balloon, Murloc Balloon, and Wolf Balloon. Then in the same vein as companion pets, there's a new Raiding with Leashes achievement. Raiding with Leashes 6, Pets of Pandaria, which adds 11 new pets to Pandaria raids. And then completing the achievement gets you the companion pet, Happiness. Then for more companion pets, Children's Week. The holiday Children's Week will be getting upgraded. It runs from May 2nd to the 9th, and there will be Zandalari and Culturon children added to it, with 4 new battle pets that you can get from completing it. It's Mr. Krabs, Beakbert, Froglet, and Scaly. And then there will be 3 new micro holidays: the Wanderers Festival, Luminous Luminaries, and Free T-shirt Day. So whatever that means. The Brawlers Guild is also getting updated, so you'll be able to participate in that. However, the Quartermaster has been killed, and you go on this adventure to find out who killed him. The questline ultimately leads to getting Bruce the Crocolisk as a mount. Then with mounts, the Warlords of Draenor time walking event will be added as well, and there will be 2 new mounts that you can purchase with time walking tokens. This will involve 6 of the 8 Warlords of Draenor dungeons being playable when that time comes. The 2 that will not be in the time walking event are Grimrail Depot and Upper Blackrock Spire. Then for the profession questlines. New profession questlines will be available for all crafting professions that award you with an item that's unique to that profession that is handy in some way. So the Alchemist one gives you the sphere that can be used once per hour to give you 1 of 4 random items. A vial that acts as a healing potion with a 1-minute cooldown. A decanter that disguises you as a creature from around Azeroth, so a more cosmetic sort of thing. A stone that will teleport you to a nearby safe area in Kulturas or Zandalar, and that's on a 9-minute cooldown. Then a potion that gives you a chance to get extra items while making alchemy things, that's a 20-minute cooldown. Then the blacksmithing quest gives you Kazgorian smithing hammer, which has a chance to give a piece of armor indestructible when you create it, and every hour you can repair a piece of equipment free of charge. Enchanters get Eowyn's enchanting rod, which gives you extra items when disenchanting, and you can create a golem to fight by your side. That just requires 1 veiled crystal. The engineering item is the Uber Spanner. This will allow you to create different NPCs to fight with you every 15 minutes for 20 seconds. You can make a target dummy, which will take aggro from you, a mechanical dog that will fight by your side, or an army of bomb bots that will explode on your target. The inscription one is a Sanguine Feather Quill. Now the use effect of this will heal you from the corpses around you, and then you'll also make blood contracts. These contracts are avatars, beings that will aid you in some way. An avatar of sacrifice, this is a stag that will heal you. An avatar of Bloodguard acts as a tank, avatar of the Bloodshed, melee DPS, avatar of Oblivion, range DPS. Then the jewel crafting one is the Jewel Hammer's Focus. This will unlock interesting nodes around the zone that you can mine extra gems from, and you can also extract a gem from a piece of gear without destroying it. The leatherworking item is the Mallet of Thunderous Skins. This is your personal non-consumable heroism or bloodlust. It's 25% similar to how the consumable drums are that leatherworkers can already make, but like I said, it's personal, so I think it will only benefit you, and it's on a 1-hour cooldown. And it does still, of course, give the exhausted debuff. Then it says it can increase your speed, might, or resilience. This one is still a bit confusing to me. Then finally, the Tailor one is called the Synchronous Thread. This item will allow you to reincarnate when you take lethal damage on a 30-minute cooldown. Then there will apparently be these rifts that you can find, and closing one will give you cloths and bolts from any expansion, even bind on pickup ones. And then closing a rift has a chance to spawn a time-lost trader who can sell you hard to find recipes. So those are the profession items that you will be able to get. I really enjoy these because I hated how they got rid of profession advantages in, I think it was Warlords of Draenor. Like for example, Lifeblood for herbalists. It could heal you and it gave you like a haste buff. But anyways, moving on for PvP updates. Arathi Basin and Warsong Gulch are getting their remasters. There will be a new PvP brawl called Arathi Comp Stomp. You'll be able to face AI in Arathi Basin, and then Wintergrasp Epic Battleground that I made a video on. Then for Island Expeditions. The doubloon vendor will sell BOA gear that can be used starting at level 111, and it creates item level 111 gear. Then I think at 120 it becomes item level 240, so it's not that great, but it's something. Then finally, the portal rooms for Horde and Alliance. I made videos on these as well. There's a lot of controversy surrounding this because they're getting rid of a bunch of portals around the world to add these portal rooms. This room has portals to Ashran and Warspear, Borealis and Desire Lore, Ajuna, Podon and Honeydew Village in Pandaria, Shatrath, Exodar and Silvermoon, and Northrend Dalaran. Oh, and there's also a new Tortolan World Quest where you take control of a crab and kill turtles. So that's fun. But that's it, I think. Everything coming in 8.1.5. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful at all to you, then you can leave a like on it. You can sub to the channel for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video.